Okay, guys, WLJK back, part 2, and we'll have a special surprise in a little bit, because chicken eggs. No, not because of the chicken eggs, because my wife is actually in the server, so we'll go see her in a little bit. But in the first part, we showed you her creations, which are pretty good. So now onto my parts here, and I think she wouldn't mind, whoops, with recording, turn around doing some adventures together. She's over here grinning. So we'll go into the tree farm here. Got the rubber tree farm. Now this is the second version of it. First version we had a glitch. I did not have enough memory set for the server, so for instance I would tap that tree hole, that rubber nodule, and then she would come by and tap it, and it would count it as 2 taps. She would see it as yellow after I tapped it, and it would basically close the hole, so the trees were useless, so we had to redo it. I added some more memory to the server command line so that it would be a little better. Now, I'm not going to go out there over in the distance, but you can see there's a quarry running. It's got a pipe that comes the whole way over to the chest over here, which I'll go over in a second. But basically, and then she turned around and surprised me one day with this. I'm working, she says, turn around. I turned around and see that staring at me. So she got a chuckle out of that from me saying that. So when we started, we would just drop our ores in here. If it was not an ore, if it was cobblestone, dirt, gravel, we'd drop it in here. Which I'm going to drop the eggs in here because we got a bunch of eggs at the house. It reminds me I got to cook some steak and pork chops. But I modified it because I got into the piping and the transport pipes and stuff. So the quarry transports it, and down here is, underneath the chest here, is a set of diamond pipes that are filtering stuff out. So anything that is an ore, you know, your gold, tin, silver, copper, iron, the coal and redstone, all go into the mechanism inside the foundry building here. Everything else gets dumped into this chest and gets converted to diamonds. That's the only part of equivalent exchange we've been using, I believe. Yeah, it has been. So this started out, everything was manual. It used to be, okay, I come over here, I put it in the silver, or put the silver in the macerator, and macerate. Okay, it's done. I bring it over here and put it in the furnace. Okay, that's done. Then take it downstairs and put it in the appropriate chests. But now we have automated this so that the ores that are coming from the quarry, or any ores that we pick up, gets dumped into this chest. And as you can see, there's pipes and stuff in the background. Now, when I first did this, I did not realize transport, the what is it, the wireless transport pipes were in here. Matter of fact, I think this just got done doing some copper. So everything's piped. It's all hard pipe. There's no wireless transport pipes. But basically, what happens is the ores get put in the chest. If it's gold, tin, silver, iron, or copper, it gets put in its appropriate macerator. Then it gets pulled out, dust gets pulled out of the macerator, gets put in the furnace. Then once it's done in the furnace, it goes into its appropriate chest. Makes it a little easier. And as you saw in the first video, in her mine, there was a chest that is also, stuff is pulled out of and brought over. So these are the first 4 things we built to work on stuff. I built the project table. She built pretty much everything else in that little stack. Here we have a coal coke oven. and a generator just in case we run out of power, which really hasn't happened since we automated everything. So with the cold coke oven, the coke goes over to the generator, the creosote gets dumped into this chest. And there's the gold. Here's the gold mechanism here. And all gets pumped into these. As you can see, tin we got quite a bit of. We got 2 chests of tin. Same with copper. Everything else has been pretty much a single chest. And I'll come back here and show you the whole working of this. This is all confusing. It took me hours to get this all done. The biggest problem I had is I got 4 separate pipes up here instead of using 1 diamond pipe. I could use, eliminate a lot of this and make it a diamond pipe, and then it splits off down here. But I figured it works. I'm leaving it alone. And then the gold over here. The gold was the easiest because I just piped it right to there. But that's the little inner workings here. Take you outside and up top. Before I do that, there's our nether portal I put behind doors, just so it didn't look, too bleh sitting out there. And here we got our enchantment room. The room where the other magic happens. She didn't catch it. She caught it now. So you got his and hers enchanting tables and his and hers brewing stations. Which reminds me, I gotta make a infinite water supply so we can keep filling those if we start using them. In case you're wondering what this is down here, that's what's left of my mind. Matter of fact, that reminds me. I gotta get in here, and this one I got to get rid of because there's no longer any obsidian down there. And no, I did not mine it. I mentioned before 97% of the stuff in the world is legit. The other 3% was her and me playing with nukes. So we spawned them in, and I wanted to see what the nuke would do to obsidian, and it took out about 20 pieces of obsidian. So what was I going to do? Oh, the back section here. Yes. Hey, that reminds me. Our iron golem disappeared. The iron golem I made, he disappeared. I wonder if he wandered off before we fenced everything in. But here we have the monstrosity. Now, before you guys say, oh, you could use internal combustion engines or biofuel engines and stuff like that. Yes, I know, but there's 2 engines I know how to use properly. The redstone engines and the electric engines. Unfortunately, Tekkit does not have electric engines in it. So everything's run by redstone. Which actually alleviates a lot of problems because, 1, doing this you don't need powerful engines, and 2, that's a lot less worry of things blowing up. I'm surprised nothing's come in to turn on drop off yet. But basically, I'll give you the short version of what we did here. There are, if you look out here, there's 27 solar panels. Between that those solar panels and this area here, there are 2 bat boxes. And then the power comes up, the generator's tapped into it, and then it splits off between the left and right batch here. Now, each side has 4 bat boxes. There's 1 there, 2, 3, number 4. And then when it gets here, it splits off. So you got 1, 2, 3 there. Each one of those 3 operate one section. So this one operates the silver. This section operates the tin. Wait a second. I got confused. Silver, tin, then the iron, and the copper. And you should have saw the look on my wife's face when I was doing this. She's like, what the heck are you doing? I don't understand a darn thing you're doing. So we got that done. So that's all automated. Lets us have more fun going out. We get resources, but we have fun that we can go, enough time that we can go out and have some fun. Which included me making this giant above ground swimming pool with what's got to be the world's tallest high dive. She looked at me when I turned around and made this, and she's like, what in the world are you doing? I told her, I said, I'm making a high dive. And she still chuckles when I say that. Because this goes almost to the max limit of your building. Oop, it's almost fall off. I gotta make a straight shot up this. I'm trying to remember which side to go straight up. I think it was this side. Nope. There's a way to get the whole way up. There we go. I'll eventually, okay, here's the little, get up, I screwed that up. I don't think I've jumped off the complete top yet. I may have. Whoa, I almost died. But anyway, enough of that. We'll just, where are we? There we go. Oops, that's not what I wanted. So we'll just cannonball out over here. Hey, hon. I missed the swimming pool. I know, I'm a doofus. So, last but not least, actually, turn around and saved me a walk from down here. My wife had this wonderful idea, and she started on it. She didn't quite know how to do everything, so I helped her out on it. She made me a rec room. Well, us a rec room. So, that's still a freaky picture. I still like that. The creeper picture. What? Oh yeah, she turned around and made computer setup. She was going to put it down here, but it's huge. We're going to have our own little computer room. Maybe I'll make that off back behind here somewhere. But she had the idea of the TV, and that's how she made it, which wasn't bad. I added the speakers and the bookshelves. Added a little lighting for us. So she did a pretty good job on that. She came up with the idea, and she did the original idea of the tiling, which I liked. And she came up with the idea, she's like, I wanted to make a pool table, but I don't know how to make it. Well, I know how to make it in vanilla Minecraft that looks So I turned around, experimented with the covers and stuff, and I made this pool table, which turned out pretty good. And of course, it's Minecraft, so you have square balls. So, and she just lost it over there for a second. But this room, with the ladder, you go up into the house. This way you go back to the foundry. So go up here and I'll be nice, seeing that she's in the mine anyway. And yes, it's sort of nice because she's sitting right next to me. I can glance over and see what she's doing, where she's at. And It's very nice because we're not like in separate rooms going, hey, what are you doing? You know, and across the house. So foundry, or not the foundry, quarry. But yeah, so that's it for this video, guys. And I'm gonna set a couple things up in the next video. Maybe we'll go out and see what she's doing. So see you all later.